Hi, Ollie.
Yeah.
Congratulations on making the final. I wanted to ask you about the schedule, unfortunately. I mean, you said in November around the Everton game that you'd been set up to fail, and that was just coming back from Turkey and having, was it 48 hours? So how are you feeling about this schedule next week?
What do you think? It's never seen that schedule before, not in the modern day football. I know, I've looked through, and I know that Man United in 91-92 had a very, very similar run-in. And you can see how the results deteriorate. So for me, we've been dealt a very bad hand by people who sit behind the desk in the suits, who've never played football and understand what this is about. If I'm going to look after the players, I'm going to make some decisions that will, of course, we'll just have to make decisions. I've got to look after the players. That's the biggest thing. We cannot risk injury for players, and that's too much of an injury risk. So I don't know I don't, this year has been so difficult. This season has been so difficult. We're happy to put games on. It's so important. They've got to be safe with security around. I understand all this. Got to be safe for the players. We want to try to put a good, performance, a good product out there. At the moment, it looks difficult, but knowing these boys, they'll take the challenge head on. Knowing me, I'll take the challenge head on, but I cannot risk them. So it has to be rotation, and it has to be a lot of rotation and a lot of decisions made on the day of the game. So we cannot prepare and prep for the game, which every team does, get a week or 2 or 10 days or 5 days. This is someone else dealing hands.
Carlson?
Yes, hello, Ole. Gratulerer med finale. Just to follow up on that from Simon,
I spoke about 5 minutes about it. Should be enough.
Yeah, but I was just wondering how crucial could this type of fixtures be for you? Now, obviously, you have a gap down to Leicester on the 3rd place, and you in many ways secured the Champions League spot. But how crucial can this kind of setup be for you? And also, you have to be worried for the players with 3 games in 5 days.
I've got to think about my players, but I know there'll be teams fighting for the Champions League place that will not. They will not think, that's not Man United's best team in that team. That's not the best players, and I can promise you that no one will play, or it's impossible to play 90 minutes 4 times at this intensity, at that level in the Premier League, 4 times from Thursday to Thursday. And that means I cannot play everyone every minute, which means we've got to prioritize.
Hi, Ollie. I mean, you've spoken there about how tough this season has been and how well the players have played to get themselves in this position. I mean, do you think there is a risk that you may drop down the table, you may lose games that you wouldn't have done normally, or maybe even risk your place in the Champions League next year because of a schedule that's out of your control?
I trust my players to get the result. First of all, Sunday is a big game for us. Of course, Sunday is a massive game, and we're looking forward to it. After the boost of getting to a final will probably give us energy, hopefully give us energy. And then let's see what we do Tuesday, Thursday. Just got to take it day by day. Hopefully we can play those games.
Mike McGrath?
Hi, Ollie. Did you ask for it to be for this one to be moved even a few hours further into Sunday? I mean, the 2 o'clock seems to be quite even extra unhelpful to you.
Sunday 2 o'clock's not the problem. That was always scheduled. Tuesday, Thursday, after Thursday, Sunday, that's a big problem.
Paul Hurst?
Hi, Ollie. Sorry to continue the theme, but
I understand what the theme is going to be. So
I was just wondering, because you have got so many games in such a short period of time, you talk about a big rotation. Could it be the situation where you have to put one 11 out in one game, and then 2 days later you have to put out a completely different 11?
Yeah.
It's that bad? That difficult?
As I said, 2 games in 3 days is difficult, but you can accept that. We do that at Christmas. 2 days in 3 or 2 games in 3 days after a long season with all the games we've had, even more difficult. 3 games in 5 days, very, very, very difficult, almost impossible. And 4 games in 8 is impossible. So, but I think you all know me. I hope you do anyway. We'll take the challenge head on. And I'm not sitting here sulking, but I'm just saying someone there do not understand the physicality of Premier League. It's the best league in the world. I don't know how you can defend playing these 3 games in so short space of time. And I've got to look after the players. That might be someone not happy with my team selection for 1 game or 2 games. And that might affect whoever gets into the 4th position or Champions League. That's not my problem. That's everyone else's problem.
Thank you, Shanahan.
Evening, Ole. Congratulations on getting through to the final.
Thank you.
Manchester United have an impressive track record against Aston Villa. You're unbeaten in your last 21 Premier League away games. So how are you approaching this game against Villa, as they're still without Jack Grealish, and, well, they're a different side without him, aren't they?
I think they're a very good team. You saw them last week beat Everton. They've had a very good season. They had a little spell with some worse results, but we played them in the pre-season friendly before the season, lost. We won the hard-fought game 2-1 at Old Trafford. We know it's going to be tough, but we're looking forward to it. The energy that we use tonight will probably be filled up twice because of getting to a final. I think we're recovered, we're fueled. We're looking forward to this game. The players are looking forward to it. They know it's a big game for us.
Ole, just on the scheduling again, the weekend postponement, because of that, do you think that this is a form of punishment by the Premier League? And secondly, the Manchester United Supporters Trust are waiting for Joel Glazer to respond to them by tomorrow. Do you expect him to respond to them by that time?
I haven't got a completely good reasoning behind why it had to be like this. But as I said, it's not with my players in their minds anyway. And the communication between the club and the fans is ongoing, and hopefully we can get an end to all the speculation and definitely the violence. That is not something we want to see. We want to focus on football. My job is focusing on football, and we've got 3 games to win in 5 days.
Hi, Ole. Congratulations. I think we all thought the hard bit was getting to a final. The hard bit looks like the next week. You said yourself it's not your concern, other teams, but this is a hell of a favour to people like Leicester and Liverpool chasing top 4, isn't it? Playing a weakened Manchester United potentially.
Depends what team I put out in what games.
But in terms of the integrity of the competition, it's not great, is it?
Yeah, one of them might not be happy because I play a full team maybe in one and the next 11 in the other.
Ole, what would you say? Well, I don't know what schedule you would prefer, but what would you say to people who say, well, Manchester United should suffer because it was their problem. They couldn't put the game on. It was their fans. What would you say to them?
I feel for my players. I feel for the team. I feel for them having had this fantastic season, got to a final. I'm sat here answering these questions and not about the running and what they've worked their socks off. They've been absolutely brilliant. And I'm just very, very happy for them that we've got to this place. We'll just have to do the best we can. We'll take it. It's another challenge for us. And please, you can see I'm not happy with it. I'm not sulking. It's one of them things that I know my players will take head on, and we as a group will be stronger for it when we come out of it. I just keep my fingers crossed that no one will get injured. And that's going to be my biggest concern. That injuries. Harry Maguire, he's played every minute for us in the Premier League since he came. I don't think that's possible now. And that's another record, or that's another stat that he could have been very, very proud of. But I can't really see that happening now.
The final question to Per Carlson.
Yes, I'm going to give you a fun one now, Ole. You said Edinson showed tonight why you want him to stay at Old Trafford, and you previously said it's up to him to decide what happens about the future. But when do you expect him to give you an answer? And do you guys have like a time limit on this decision making?
We don't have a time limit, but the more goals he scores, the better we become as a team, the bigger the chance is that he'll want to have this feeling again. So let's just talk after Sunday again, hopefully. Maybe it's changed. Maybe it's decided. Maybe.